Oh, let's get ready to rumble! Welcome to another installation of Tech Talk. It's Friday. It's time for another Tech Talk. Today, we are going to discuss machinery upgrades. When's a good time? When's the right time? Obviously, we've got some pretty sort of specific upgrades in mind. What do you think, guys? When do you feel like a good time is to upgrade machinery and upgrade, update, or I'm thinking upgrades, but upgrades can be things like, strengthening wheel kits and things like that. They don't necessarily have to be, big upgrades. It can be a bit of safety net sort of type works.
Why do we need upgrades? Why are they even there?
Well, I think the question that you need to ask yourself is, when talking about upgrades, is what's the intention? What is it supposed to do? How is it supposed to benefit our business? What is it that we're looking for to gain from the upgrade? Is it a more comfortable working environment? Is it a safer working environment? Is it higher productivity? And what's that going to equate to? I mean, if you've got, even at the moment, if you've got a pipeline that you've got 4.5 days of work a week, and you do an upgrade, and now you've only got 3 days of work a week, guess what you're also going to have to do? Upgrade your pipeline.
Take up tennis.
Take up tennis, or go and do something else with your days off. Yeah. So it comes down to what's the purpose of doing the upgrade, because that'll help you make the decision pretty quickly. What do you think, Milan?
Well, I guess, like you said, depends what your goal is. And usually when you're upgrading, you are elevating what you're doing already. So what your purpose might be, let's say it's the big block upgrade. Good one, right? Because it gives you extra 20 to 30% in production. That means that you could potentially be earning 20, 30% more revenue throughout the year, or you could have 20 to 30% more free time to do, whatever you want, tennis, let's say.
Well, there was that conversation originally when the big block came out, and I always revert to it, and that was the customer that I think spoke to Daniel at the time, and Daniel was, selling him the benefits of the big block, and he said, 23 or 24% production. He said, look, you know what? Look, let's be mean and nasty. Let's call it 20% more. And the customer thought, well, that sounds great, and everything else. Look, give me some time. Let me have a think about it. I think Daniel said he rang back within about 10 minutes and said, well, I've just worked it out 20%. Well, it's a 5-day week. So 20% is a day. So he goes, yeah, book me in.
So, what does that work out to then? 1 day per week times how many weeks you're working? Maybe 48.
So, month and a half.
It's more than an additional month, of revenue for your business, or some extra month of holidays.
Yeah. I guess one of the questions is also, when's the best time to do an upgrade? I mean, how soon do you want to be more productive or earning 20% more or 20% more free time? So no better time than the present, really. There's two different camps here. There's one is no time better than the present, as you say, Milan, which is taking a perfectly good operating machine and splitting it open and putting an upgrade in it right now. The other alternative is, is running the wheels off the thing until it breaks and then doing it, which means that you've got a 20% lower productivity rate until that happens. So if someone said to you today, you can have 20% more revenue today if you make this change, or you could wait an indefinite amount of time, maybe 3 months, maybe 6 months, maybe 12, and then you can have the 20% increase in revenue. Which way are you going to go?
I disagree with all of those opportunities.
Oh.
Well,
Tell us more.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't just turn up to the workshop and say, yo, boys, there's my keys. Service that for me. I'll be back to pick it up later on. Doesn't work like that. You need to ring up and make a booking. You can't just say, I'm just going to get my big block done now. Do it now. And people get very shocked and dismayed when they ring me and say, oh, when you come up tomorrow, just take the machine back and just get that done, would you? And I say, well, no. They say, well, what do you mean? So, well, you are going to have to make a booking with the workshop to have that done. So I'm a bit more of a planner, I guess, that I'm going to look for that opportune time when I've got that particular job that doesn't require my machine for that time, which might be a few weeks away, which is a few weeks is a pretty good heads up for the workshop to get a booking in just quietly. So, that would be that's when I would look at doing it. I'd have a bit more of a forward plan, and I don't want to wait for something to go bang, because guess what? The workshop can't get straight onto it for you because it's gone bang, and then you really are in a spot of bother. So I think there needs to be a bit more of a plan.
What I'm hearing is that the decision versus the upgrade, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't have the upgrade today, but you can make the decision to move toward higher revenue today.
Sounds good to me.
So once you've made the decision, you make the booking and you shorten the distance between the two happening.
100%.
All right. So you can still make the decision today. You can take action today. And the sooner you do, the sooner it's happening.
Love it. Sounds awesome. And again, when I'm passing your doorstep, guess what? I love when you book it in as well, because I know, fortnight's time, haven't forgotten X from X place. I haven't forgotten when I come to see you. I'm bringing your machine back. So it's all booked in, and I can probably help you to bring it back, or either, take it off you and get it back here, or vice versa, or at least I can probably get it in one direction for you and that sort of thing. But yeah, so I just, it's probably one of the biggest things I actually get from people. It's like, oh, why, can you just take that back and get it in? I said, well, I can, but it might not get looked at for 3, 4, 5 weeks. And Saint Hayden, there's a reason they call him a saint for a reason. If it's a very minor electrical fault on a vacuum or something like that, and you're really stranded, he will absolutely do his best to try and help. But if it's something mechanical or something like that, then even his hands are tied. So yeah, I just think a bit of forward planning. Sorry, I didn't mean to turn into a workshop talk, but it's gone that way. But it's not a pet peeve by any means. It is a pet peeve to me when that happens, because I like nothing more than to help people, and you can't. And there's not much argument, because when you let them know what the scenario is, they think, well, of course that makes sense. More fool me. And it's like, well, I'd love to help, but I only do what I can do.
Plan in advance, and then, you avoid disappointment.
Plan your breakdowns in advance. There you go. Good installation of TechTalk, guys. You've learned here. Plan your breakdowns.
Did you guys make any plans for the weekend? Make any plans for some beers?
Oh yeah, always. I think people must think we're just like raging alcoholics. I assure you we're not.
Hey,
I just sit at
there
home
is
in a quiet room by
non-alcoholic
myself and get
beer
drunk.
as well.
I'm not raging. Go and blow the froth off a couple, you reckon?
I think so.
No time like the present, remember?
Yes, I'm going to go and book that in right now.
I'm going to make a booking with my refrigerator.
Yeah, just on Google. Hi Google, please book me in for a beer in 5 minutes. Crack that beer open and book the toilet as well. There you go.
All right, on that
Right.
note, thank you very much.
Cheers, guys.
I've made beer plans, and I've got to go and make those happen.
Absolutely, go and liquefy those assets. Absolutely.
Have a great weekend. Thank you, dear. See you next week.